Hello, parents. My name is Julian Lord, and I teach your child U.S. history. I have proudly taught at Eleanor Roosevelt since 2002. If you need to contact me, email is always best. I also have a website that has all the information students and parents need to ensure student success. Today, I want you to walk away with an understanding of my two main goals as an educator. First, I want students to know the content of U.S. history and have the skills of an historian. The skills of reading, writing, listening, and public speaking. These are the skills that allow students to produce strong arguments based on evidence. Students will be examining events in U.S. history since after the Civil War to form their own arguments about the meaning of our shared history. My second goal as an educator is to help each of my students move closer to being well-informed and active citizens, to prepare each of them to handle the rigors of college, and to have the skills to be career ready. To accomplish these two goals, I embrace our high school's emphasis on the 3 R's: rigor, relevance, and relationships. I know that the most important person in determining your child's success is you and not me. So I want to give you the tools to help your child succeed in my class. I will be presenting information about how I communicate with you and your child using my webpage, Remind.com, and assignment sheets. I will also explain how I plan out my lessons, so you will understand the type of work I am expecting from your child. All my lessons require students to use critical thinking skills, are complementary to the Common Core standards, and I hope are enriching and challenging for your child. Finally, I will describe the video essay your child needs to create for the midterm exam. The midterm is a video essay because I want to prepare my students for the 21st century skill set necessary for them to be successful. Let me first take you through the parents page on my website. The tiny URL for my class website is http://tinyurl.com/Lord US History. Once there, you can use the navigation bar found on the left of the web page to locate the parents page. This will be the only page you need to click on throughout the year, but you are more than free to explore anything else found on my website. When we click on the parents page, I have a little written introduction for you that will explain everything on the page. The 4 items I would like to stress to you are my class calendar, how my lessons are structured, how to log on to SchoolMax, and the directions to sign up for Remind.com. As many of you know, through the completion of the TIPS Expectations homework assignment, I post all important dates for my class on the calendar found on the parents page. I'm asking that you check this calendar every Sunday or Monday morning. If your child knows you know and expect assignments to be done on time and handed in on time, it will benefit their ability to learn to be self-sufficient as they progress through high school. Students who fail my class usually fail because they can hide from the work they have to complete. As Thomas Edison said, being busy does not always mean real work. The object of all work is production or accomplishment, and to either of these ends, there must be forethought, system, planning, intelligence, and honest purpose, as well as perspiration. Seeming to do is not doing. If you check the calendar regularly and let your child know that, then you will be modeling the traits of forethought, system, and planning, which will help your child be honest and purposeful about doing the work in this class. Now, I'd like to point out just a few features of the calendar. Any work or important events will be placed on the calendar. To see more information about the events of a day, just click on what is written for that day. By doing this, it will zoom in on any activity for the day. If you click on it again, you'll be able to zoom in even more. When it is an assignment due, I will even let you know if it is a classwork, homework, or assessment grade. For example, Chapter 12, Section 2, Cornell Notes, is a classwork grade. All lessons this school year will follow the same basic approach. Lessons will always start with the base of the pyramid. Students will read, watch, or listen to a secondary source to build a base of knowledge on a given topic. Then students will practice the critical thinking skill of analysis by reading primary sources using reading strategies that will help them succeed in college and be career ready. Students will do the rigorous task of combining all the information they read to take out the information they need to form their own arguments and ideas. They will complete a culminating activity that proves they learned the material for the lesson. The format for all lessons are the same, so the students can repeatedly practice all the skills to promote higher order thinking skills, to prepare them for college, career, and citizenship. I would like it if you check SchoolMax regularly through the PGCPS website. If your child is failing or close to it, we should have a parent-teacher conference immediately. The saddest thing for me as a teacher is to have a parent-teacher conference with a parent at the end of a grading quarter who has never checked their child's grade on SchoolMax. You and your child should both have the username and password for the family portal of SchoolMax. If you do not know this information or are having problems accessing SchoolMax, look over the Parent Self-Service Account Management options as well as the tutorials in the quick links. Another tool I use to help students stay on track is the text service Remind.com. I would like you to sign up for it as well, so your child knows you are aware of what they will be responsible for. I will quickly go over the directions that can be found on the parents page of my website. If you have a smartphone, you can sign up right now. There are 3 different ways to sign up. You only have to use one of the ways to get the text messages from my class account. If you already have the app on your phone, just use my class code, LORDUS. Or send a text to 81010 and in the message line write, Join LORDUS. That number again is 81010 and the message to send is Join LORDUS. If your phone plan does not allow you to text 5-digit numbers, you can use this phone number instead, 240-452-4726. Send the same message, Join LORDUS. If none of these options work, you can open a web browser and type rmd.at/LORDUS to receive email messages instead of texts. Next, I would like to explain how students are to use my assignment sheets to keep up with classwork even when they are absent. Students need to know what unit they are in to properly navigate to the current assignment sheet being used in class. If the tiny gray arrows are pointing to the right, that means there are subpages below it. To access the subpages, students must click on the tiny gray arrows. We will use the first assignment of the year as an example. All assignment subpages have their own subpages. The materials for the assignment are found on this subpage, and that is where you can find the assignment sheet. Students will take RCQ online quizzes for some assignments. They will have a textbook at home to take these quizzes. I would stress, these are assessment grades that students can take at their own pace at home with the textbook. Students should always score a perfect or near perfect score when taking these quizzes. Videos will be used during the lesson. So if a student is absent, it is expected that they will come here to watch the video at home and then complete any assignments that required its viewing. When we click on Assignment page, we should see it written at the top of the page. When you scroll down, you will get to what I refer to as the file dump for an assignment page. The assignment sheet will always be found in the first folder of the file dump. Lecture notes will be available in case a student is absent. They can take notes as if they were in class. Every lesson will have primary sources. Students are expected to do a close reading and a soapstone analysis of any primary source if they are absent from class. Students will know exactly what they need to do to earn their grades based on these rubrics. Students can print a soapstone answer sheet to write down their analysis of primary sources. This was the first assignment of the year. If you log on to SchoolMax and see your child has a 0 for tips expectations, you can print this off and do it with them for full credit. When you click on the assignment sheet folder, you will only see one file to access. Make sure you click on the View button. This is what the first page of the assignment sheet will look like. I will always provide the students with an overview of the assignment. Each lesson has to answer at least some aspect of the unit question. The culminating activity for the assignment will always ask students to answer this question. Every assignment will give students a chance to demonstrate mastery of a specific Common Core reading standard, as well as a writing or speaking and listening standard from the Common Core. There will be a content-specific standard students must demonstrate mastery in, which comes from the Maryland Social Studies Standards. To make sure students have the 21st century skills to be a successful citizen, college student, and be qualified for a career, we will focus on one of the C3 standards. All of the information in the boxes are the guides for assignments to make sure there is rigor and relevance. If your child is absent, they will use the procedure section of their assignment sheet to know what work was missed. I do not tell students what makeup work they have. Students use this section to know what we did when they were absent, and on the next page are the activities that will be graded, as well as the materials students need to complete those assignments. This grid will tell students the name of the assignment, if it is a classwork, homework, or assessment grade, and what rubric will be used to grade it. This grid tells students the sources they need to use for assignments and where to access these sources. Students will also be given a time frame, the rubrics, and an area to write down questions. Students should write down due dates, especially if they change. Remember, all assignments are graded with a rubric, so students will always know what is expected of them. Students can only ask questions about the lesson once they write a question down. Students will be receiving an assignment sheet for every assignment this school year. When students use the website, calendar, remind.com, as well as the assignment sheets, there is no way they cannot know what work they have to do if they are absent or suspended. For that reason, I will always expect students to complete assignments when out and to turn them in on the student's first day back. The final thing I would like you to be aware of is the midterm exam. Students will publish a 5 to 10 minute video essay on YouTube that makes an argument based on a teacher prompt. The arguments students make must be based on 9 primary sources used in class. The midterm was assigned on the first day of school, and all the information for it can be found on this page, which you can access here in the navigation bar. I also am giving students numerous mentor texts to review on their own to learn from experts in the field of video essays. This video will also serve as a non-expert example of how to make a script for a video essay. In conclusion, I want you to know that I take my responsibility as a teacher very seriously. I am always looking at how technology is changing so much around us, and I feel that the way I structure assignments and educate students about U.S. history is preparing them to be ready for college, careers, and to be well-informed citizens in this ever-changing 21st century. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to a productive school year.